Hello everyone. So I'm giving you the presentation, maybe some answers about just questions you guys asked Jeffrey. So I come from Central Game. My name is Heaven Wu, and so Central Game is just a new brand name for D&D Interactive Holdings. So we bought this studio from FunPlus in 2016. So a little bit short introduction for our company right now. So we started for developing Facebook camera game back on 2010. We have like three famous Facebook camera games still alive in Facebook web page right now. In 2013, we launched a mobile game called Family Fun Seaside on the mobile platform. And then we start from the publishing business in 2014. We helped the Kings Group. Actually, the Kings Group is a studio of FunPlus. They have like two mobile titles. It's called King of Heaven and also Guns of Glory. We helped them for publishing these two games in the West. And in last year, we started doing HTML5 games both on Facebook, Instagram, and also WeChat. So yeah, this is our history. This is just a few games we have published, some from our internal studios, some from our partners. Yeah, as Jeff said, so casual game in the West, last year's most, most growth is come from the hyper-casual categories. So definitely, it's a key trend in last year. This is a screenshot from the app suppliers, the gaming apps in last year. I think this is definitely absolutely a trend in last year. A lot of spending for the casual games in the West. You can see the trends. Yeah. So the difference between the China and the West, I think is the issue is the distribution platform. The iOS is similar with the West. It's easy to do have a casual games both in China and the West. You just submit the game to the App Store. But for the Android, there's several different distribution channels. And those distribution channels, their ad system still in the development. So it's not easy to monetize with native apps for the local Android stores because they are not decentralization platforms. So they promote your game by themselves and they sell the revenue from you guys. So this is a different business model between China and West on the Android platforms. And for the mediation part, you can do the mediation for the iOS. You can use Mopub or iResource or anything else for the monetize the ads for the casual games in China. It works. But on Android right now, it's pretty hard right now. And for the IAP, for the casual game, if it's a hyper-casual games, IAP is not a big problem. But for the casual game, like some running game or some like match 3 games, like from Playrix, like Homescape guys, they have like IAPs. So you need to get an ISBN from the government. But for the hyper-casual, there's no need of these issues. I just want to have a question. How many people have WeChat in this room? Just show me your hand. Okay, a lot of people. So I'm here to talk about new opportunities for casual games in China right now. That's a WeChat platform. This is a new platform for the casual game distribution in China right now. And this is numbers just WeChat just launched in early this month. So right now, WeChat have like 1 billion active users monthly. And for mini games, actually this mini game depends on the HTML5 platform, in the WeChat. So there's 400 million right now for total mini game players monthly. And the mini game, it could not do the IAP on the iOS platform. You only can do the Android. But for the IAP, you should get the ISBN. Yeah. So for only Android mini game IAP revenue right now, the top game is around $15 million per month right now. Yeah. If you go to the hyper-casual and casual without IAP, around the top games right now, the revenue is around $5 to $7 million. Only from the monetization, ad monetization. Yeah. This is several games that we publish on the WeChat, and also we publish it in the Facebook Instant Games. We get like more than 100 million downloads last year. 60 to 70% is come from WeChat. Yeah. So I want to share you a little bit more about how the difference between the WeChat and Facebook platforms, and also the native channels. I think the first is the viral. I mean, on the Facebook and also on the WeChat, they are the social platform. So you can send the invitation to the friends easier than the native apps, definitely. So on the Facebook, you can send the invitation to the news feeds and also through the message. And also on the WeChat, you can send to the invitation to your friends, and you can send. Also, you can show the QR code on your moment. It's like a news feed on the Facebook. So compared to the native games, there's an amazing key factor. So this key factor can leverage your CPI on the WeChat platform and also Facebook platforms. This is the total difference with the native distribution channels. Here's some benchmark for the key factors. This is a little bit complex. I just want to tell you the share engage rate. So this is inviters divided by DAU is around like a 35%, more than 35% of active users send the invitation to their friends, and average times is like 4 to 10 times a day. And the conversion rate is, it can drive the new users, so it's like 10%. And this screenshot is, I just take from my WeChat, so I send to another friend. So the friend can see like a card, including a picture and also a copy, then to drive the user attention and also to convert the users as a new users for the game. So yeah, and also the user growth. I'm talking more about WeChat. So the WeChat right now is a decentralization platform. It's like more like an App Store and a Google Play. And you should do advertising by yourself, or you already have like a huge DAU, you can just cross promote. But for Facebook Instant Game, right now, still feature is really very important. Facebook will give you the spots of a position. You can get free organic users. But on WeChat, there's no entrance right now, so you can only do the advertising by yourself. But in this year, WeChat found that's a big problem for the new games coming out. They will launch a new function for innovation games. It's like a creative program. So they will give like 10,000 free users for one new game. Yeah, this is but still haven't been released. This function still in development. Yeah. So this is added monetization on the WeChat right now. So there's no institutional ads on the WeChat platform. There's only reward videos and a banner. This is the two screenshots. So the left one is a banner. You can put it everywhere in your game, and there's a reward video for 15 seconds. And for a reward video in China right now, because of the advertising side, a lot of core games spend a lot of money on the WeChat. So for the male audience, they get a higher eCPM. And by the female part, the eCPM is lower than the male. It's around, for the male, it's around $10 per one eCPM. And for the banner, it's like a really, really low. But time of spending for the game on the WeChat right now, normally one per day, time of spending is around 1,000 seconds. So banner still is a good choice for the monetization. And the last thing is how to return the users compared to the Facebook. If you guys use Facebook, you should receive a lot of good message from the instant game, right? But in WeChat, there's no group message. There's only one way you can return is you can slide down the conversation page. You can find some apps you have played before. So this is the only way you can return. Yeah. So we are helping some few developers in the overseas to help them to go to China. We have two models. So first is we just help you publish the HTML5 version in the WeChat. Another model is we can help you porting your WeChat games in HTML5, and then we publish in the WeChat platform. So if you guys have any idea for corporates, go to the WeChat platform, you can talk with me. Yeah, thank you. Do you guys have any questions?
Got a question down here at the front. Okay, sorry, the mic's just on its way. If you do have a question, folks, it's best to wait for the mic because then the camera picks it up as well. You see when we have the.
Great talk. Thanks so much for sharing all that awesome data. If you had to pick one platform, WeChat or Facebook Instant,
yeah,
which one would you pick and why?
I think Facebook right now the issue is we publish the game for both platforms, but we see a problem for the instant games. You can't make, a good ROI for spending money. But for WeChat, you can spend money and make money. I think for Facebook instant game right now, it's really, really tough. And another issue here is the Facebook Message. We found a very, very interesting thing is the DAU is all come from the South Asia. And the eCPM for Facebook Instant Game in South Asia is pretty low. But in China, just the one market, right? So if you go to reward video, and the eCPM is pretty stable. And if you have, again, really in male audience, and your CPM goes to $10, that's a good deal. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do we have any other questions? We've got time for a couple more maybe. Any more questions for Heaven? Oh, another. I'm going to stop on my other chair.
I can ask questions all day. From a retention perspective, from what I've seen in Facebook Instant, it's pretty low.
Yeah.
Do you see something similar on WeChat, or do you see like stronger retention for like similar games?
I can give you a benchmark on WeChat right now. So if you go to WeChat Mini-games, your retention rates for day one, you should get above 25%. Definitely lower than the native apps, but you get a lot of free users from the invitation, so you will be destroyed. Your day one retention will be definitely lower than the native apps. But the 25% of retention rates on the WeChat is kind of average numbers. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Cool. I think maybe we've got a lot to get in this afternoon, so perhaps we'll crack on. So a round of applause, please, for Heaven from Century Game. Thank you.